Hello, darlings. It has been months since I've been able to hop in the car and get out of town, and I was starting to feel a little stale, for lack of a better term. So this last week I did just that. Grabbed my mom, hop in the car, drove down the California coast to recharge my creative batteries, go poke around some thrift stores, some antique shops, go wander roadside attractions, that sort of thing. It was fantastic. I hadn't actually planned on recording a video about it, so I just have some clips from my phone, which I'm really glad I did, because I was able to stay in the moment and genuinely recharge my creative batteries, genuinely enjoy the moment. There's only really one thing I wish I'd been able to catch on camera. I was deep into digging in some racks in this tiny, dark thrift store. And sometimes you just feel like you're being watched. I looked over, didn't know what it was going to be, assumed a baby, just looked over at the rack and just saw these huge eyes coming from one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen in my life. I so wish I'd had my camera ready for that moment. Couldn't even take out my phone before I could get a good picture of him, because he just toddled over and started licking my hand. Not the experience I was expecting, but I was in, a little beach town on the coast, dogs at the thrift store, totally normal apparently, but I loved it. I really was able to just get out of my routine, get out of my head, go find some true little gems, and just have a really good mental space vacation. So while there's not a ton of footage, do come join me for the clips that I do have for this thrift trip down the California coast. So the trip started down 101 South, heading towards Paso Robles wine country and past the Madonna Inn, where I was lucky enough to get married. But any road trip with my mom starts at a retro diner for a stack of pancakes. It's just sort of tradition. After that was over, we hit the racks and we went deep. And there's always some regrets. This beautiful silk piece, love it. I think it's always interesting when you're traveling out of town, going to new thrift stores that you've never been, to see how they organize things. We really were focusing on local charity shop thrift stores when possible, and it was just really interesting to see how they organized all of their stuff. This piece, love it. Now, this is a regret. Anyone who's ever been thrifting and filmed, you have so much regrets. I don't know why I didn't get this sweater. It's so fantastic. This skirt, too. Look at that print. I don't know why I didn't grab it. Should have got that thing next to it, too. Look at that print. So cute. Had to show you this. My dog's name is Norton. Got a shout out to Norton. On to home goods. I love this chillin' hippo. He's just not quite my aesthetic. And then there's always the, present creepy stuff like these Toby jugs and this Easter Bunny head in a bag. We also had 3 unclothed Shirley Temple dolls to up the creep factor. And then this little guy. More creep factor. I don't know why I didn't get these. Almost got these. And then got distracted by that little dog. Because dogs were really a thing in this trip. I'm now kind of kicking myself. Gotta love a Willie Nelson 8-track. Oh, you wanted more Shirley dolls? Here you go. And just like that, it was sunset. Good night, California. So on the way home, we did decide to stop in at the Copper Cafe at the landmark Madonna Inn. Now, again, this is where I got married. It is one of my favorite places on earth. If you are ever nearby, do yourself a favor and stop in. The decor of this place is iconically, classically, just cheesy and fun and over the top. Everything is like a giant piece of cake. It truly is an experience. You do need to just see it for yourself. While I was there, I was able to just kind of take it all in, relive the memories, and also grab myself a slice of my pink champagne wedding cake to take home. So yeah, as you saw, I dug through racks and racks and racks, and I didn't realize until I got back home that I didn't actually buy all that much. But I had such fun looking at everything. So I do have a few favorite pieces that I want to share. One of my favorite pieces is this 1960s house dress. I absolutely love a house dress. I love the utility of them, and they come in such fun patterns. They genuinely are the most perfect garment to throw on when you're doing chores, running around, need to answer the door for UPS, whatever. But you can mess them up and throw them in the wash. They are fantastic. I collect them. I don't know how many I have at this point, but I absolutely live in them, especially in the warmer months. So I'm so excited to get one this cute. Found this at one of the sort of more curated shops. Absolutely love that. I also got this fantastic 1980s, office core kind of a thing. I think I just realized it still has the tags. Oh my gosh, Shapely Collectibles, which I'm assuming is a plus size brand. Oh wow, Shapely de Sheen, easy to care. It still has its original extra button. Oh my gosh, I genuinely didn't realize this until just now. This is from May Company? Interesting, never heard of them. Originally $22.99, which looks to be in the early 80s. So well done me. I love this. I love a vintage blouse work top. As you can see, I just got off of a workshop I was giving for a corporate client, and I love a vintage blouse. It's my favorite thing, especially for Zooms. I'm wearing a pair of my favorite Company's jeans, but cute blouse. So as long as I look cute from the waist up, we're good to go. So love this 80s plus size brand work top. So cute. Another thing I collect is sort of these sequin and beaded cocktail tops, right? So cute. This one is Vintage Lane Bryant. Baroness. I mean, come on. Baroness by Lane Bryant. It's a buttery yellow. It's not quite getting picked up on camera, but it is this gorgeous, gorgeous buttery yellow that I love so, so much. It's the cutest. So, love. And then the last thing that I got is, it's still in this bag that I found it, for $5.99. There is a vintage homewares designer that I really like. His name was Georges Briard. And I have the black version of this already. I don't know where I discovered him, how I got into collecting him, but I am obsessed with him. It's got some stickers that I need to take off, but it's this metallic ceramic little coaster trivet thing that you put cheese on, and it comes with the coordinating knife already attached. It's so cute, so sweet. Again, I have the black version of this already. I have serving platters. I have, I think, like relish trays, that sort of thing. I really, really love this designer. It is not the most practical party wear, but I'm not super worried about practicality. I think it's really, really fun. For the same price as, you know, paper plates or a kind of cheapy plastic platter from a discount store, I got this fabulous ceramic, beautifully designed vintage piece, and you know, it's $5.99. If something terrible happens to it because it isn't practical and it is a little bit more you know, breakable, then so be it. But I absolutely believe in using your best for every day. I'm the type of person, I was actually using my great-grandmother's china until very recently for my everyday meals. I love this kind of thing, especially if it's mid-century, beautiful design. I'm a hostess. I love having people over. So it's another hosting piece for me. I absolutely adore it. I can't believe I found it for $5.99. And how I found it was I saw someone else with another platter by this maker, probably donated with the same group, and she was walking around and she had the platter, and I was sort of stalking her to hopefully watching that she would hopefully put it back. She did not, but I was lucky enough to find this. So always helps to look at what's in other people's baskets. Cute, right?